Hi guys, this is Sadik from Rudin.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to remove the orange shade warning sign on OnePlus 8 and OnePlus 9 series running Android 13 or Android 14 build, that is OxygenOS 13 and OxygenOS 14. So please take a backup of all the data on your phone and let's get started. Let me first show you my current phone state. As you could see, currently I will be getting a orange shade warning sign. Whenever I do a phone restart, I will have this warning sign. Let me just show you once again. It will take around 3 to 4 seconds for it to appear. So let's wait for that to happen and then I will move on with the next step. You could see this is the orange shade warning sign. So in this video I'll show you how to remove this warning sign once and for all. Again, I'm repeating, it's for the OnePlus 8 and 9 series only. All the phones on the OnePlus 8 and 9 series will work and it should be on OxygenOS 13 or 14. So with that in mind, let's get started. So there are quite a few ways of doing this job. For example, you may use the firmware AVL file, ADB shell command, Magisk and Hex editor as well, but we will be using the most easiest approach, which is just flashing a firmware. So for that you may refer to this guide as well, or you may try out these approach as well, but they are quite lengthy and complicated. So let's skip that and simply use the easiest way out of flashing a firmware on this guide. There are again a couple of ways of flashing the firmware, but you should use the second approach, which is flashing via a custom recovery. So let's get started. First off, download the Android SDK platform tool from my guide and start it onto your PC. You could see I've done the extraction in C drive over here. Okay, there are a few additional files which should be removed. Just give me a second. And they are now gone. This is how the platform tools will now should look. Okay, do one more thing. Launch start menu. Type in environmental variables. Open it. Hit the environmental variables button. Choose the system variables. Select path. Click on edit. Click on new. And then add your path of platform tools over here. In my case, I've added the path. As you could see, this is the path in my case. Once that is done, hit the OK button. Again OK, again OK. And with this, we have added the path. So let's move on with the next step. Now you have to enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging will be used for ADB command, whereas OEM unlocking will be used for unlocking the bootloader. So let's now enable both the toggles on our phone. Go to the settings menu. Then go to about device, version, and type on version number 7 times. Then go back. Okay, just give me a second. Now go back and after that again go back, go to additional settings, developer options, and now enable the toggle next to OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. You will get a prompt on your phone. Type on OK. You might get one more prompt. Again type on allow. And with this, the debugging now enabled. Let's verify the same. So go to the address bar of platform tools. Type in CMD. Hit enter. This will launch the command prompt inside the folder of platform tools, as you could see over here. Now type in ADB devices and verify that you are getting an ID. So let's wait for a few more seconds and type on OK if you get this prompt, and you could now see that we are getting this ID. If you're not getting this ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC, disable and re-enable USB debugging, tap on revoke USB debugging, use the official cable that came with your phone, and use the USB 210 port on the PC. So carry out these USB fixes and verify that you are getting this ID. Once you are getting this ID, let's move ahead with the next step. So now you have to unlock the bootloader. For that, boot the phone to the fastboot mode and then use the fastboot flashing unlock command. You will then get a prompt on your phone. So use the volume key to highlight, unlock the bootloader, and press the power key to confirm. With this, the unlocking is now done and your phone will boot to the OS. Once that happens, please make sure to re-enable USB debugging once again on your phone from here. So moving on. Okay, one more thing. Unlocking will wipe off all the data from your phone. So make sure to take a backup beforehand. Once you have done so and you have unlocked the bootloader as well, let's move ahead. So now let's boot the phone to the fastboot mode. For that, type in the command of ADB reboot bootloader and hit enter. Your phone should now boot into the fastboot mode, and you now have to flash the custom recovery. For now, I'll be using the TF2RP recovery, but before that, let's verify if you have the drivers or not installed onto your PC. So type in the command of fastboot devices and verify that you are getting an ID. If you're not getting this ID, then please install the fastboot drivers onto your PC. We have made a guide and a video on the same as well. You could refer to my guide and install the drivers. Once that is done, right click on the Windows icon or use the Windows plus X shortcut keys and choose device manager. Then expand the Android phone section and verify that your phone is being shown here in this section, as you could see. So this, as well as the ID next to fastboot, signify that your PC is able to read the phone in fastboot mode, and we are now good to go ahead. So let's now start with the flashing of the custom recovery. You could refer to my guide and get the job done. And before that, you also have to download the firmware file for your phone. So go to this link and then choose your phone. Again, I'm repeating, only the OnePlus 8 and the 9 series will work for now. So in my case, I'm on the OnePlus 9 Pro. Then choose the OS version. Only the OxygenOS 13, 13.1 and 14 will work. Only these three versions will work for now. In my case, I'm on the latest OxygenOS 14. From there, choose the firmware of your region. In my case, it's the India region. Download the firmware. Once you've got the firmware, you'll have to transfer the firmware onto your phone as well. So for now, let's keep the firmware onto a PC only. This is the firmware file, as you could see. Moving on, let's now flash the recovery file onto our phone. So you may refer to my guide and verify if your phone has a recovery partition or not. So you may use this ADB shell command to verify if your phone has a partition or not. If your phone does have a recovery partition, you will flash the recovery in the recovery slot. But if your phone does not have a recovery partition, then you will have to use the ramjet approach to get the job done. In my case, the OnePlus 9 series, I have the OnePlus 9 Pro. I have a recovery partition. So I will take two approaches. I may either flash the recovery via the fastboot flash recovery name, which is rp.img, or I may use the recovery for one-time usage as well. So for that, I may use the fastboot boot command. Both will work. So in the fastboot boot command, the recovery will be used only for the first time. Upon a reboot, the recovery will be gone. But that is not a cause of concern because we only want the recovery for one-time usage. But if you want to have the recovery permanently, then you may use the command of flashing as well. It's completely your choice. In my case, I'm using the fastboot boot command because I have the recovery only for one-time usage. That is why. So first off, download the recovery file from the XDA or the official TWRP website. Once you've got the recovery file onto your phone, onto your PC. So for now, use the IMG file, copy it and transfer the file over here in the folder of platform tools. Once the file has been transferred, rename it to TWRP. And now, if you want to boot the recovery for one-time usage, type in the command of fastboot boot twrp.img, hit enter. It will now boot to the TWRP recovery. If you want to use the recovery permanently, then you could flash the recovery as well using the fastboot flash recovery command. But for now, I'm doing this for just the one-time usage, and we announced the recovery. But keep in mind that upon a next reboot, the recovery will be gone in my case. But that's not a cause of concern because I only want to use the recovery for one time only. So with that said, your phone should now be shown on your PC. If that is not the case, then you may also use the ADB push command to do a file transfer. So for instance, let me show you what needs to be done. This is the firmware file over here. Transfer the file over here inside the folder of platform tools. Let's rename to something shorter. Let's rename it to FW. And now open a CMD window which is already there on a PC. This one. Type in the command ADB push. File name which is fw.zip space / SD card. The file will now be transferred onto our phone. As you could see, it's now being transferred. It will take only a few more seconds. And once that is done, go to install. Choose the fw.zip file. Swipe to flash. The flashing will now start and will take a few seconds. You may ignore these warning signs, that's all normal. So as you could see, the file is being flashed. Press the volume up key to flash it. So long press the volume up key, and now you want to flash across both the slots A and B. Yes, press the volume up key. You want to update the modem, again press the volume up key. And after that, let's see the next step. It will now flash all the other files. So first off, it will ask you to, if you want to flash across both the slots. Over here, let me show you. So press the volume up key and the files will flash across both the slots. Then press the volume up key to update the modem. After that, the files will flash, and you could see the flashing is now done successfully. Ignore all these warning signs, that's all normal, nothing to worry about. Finally, tap on back, go back, reboot to system, and hopefully the warning sign will now be gone from our phone. Let's verify that as well. After that, after this screen, the warning appears. So let's see what happened this time around. The warning should now not be here now, and it will take a few more seconds for the phone to boot to the OS. So as you could see, the warning sign was no longer there. So we have removed the warning from our phone, and our phone will now boot to the OS directly. This was quite a handy workaround, and from now onwards, every time you do a reboot, there will be no warning sign whatsoever. Let me show you that once again as well. If you want, just do a reboot once again. So whether you flash a Magist module or you flash any firmware as such, the warning sign will no longer be there. And if you flash a new custom ROM or a new firmware update site, in that case you might see the warning reappear. That's not an issue. Simply reflash the firmware and the warning will be gone from your phone, as you could see over here. And this may or may not work on the custom ROM because they use their own files and not the files from Oxygen OS. It's quite obvious. So this firmware might not work on the custom ROM. So please don't try it out. I will try it out and let you know in the comments if it works or not. But there's high chance that it might not work. Anyways, guys, on that note, we round up this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, you let me know in the comment section. And just to repeat, it's only for the OnePlus 8 and the 9 series on Android 13 and Android 14. So on that note, let's round up the video and thanks a lot for watching.